There are more of us than there are of them. I had a session with a client today who felt completely overwhelmed, depressed, in despair about the state of the world and everything going on, right? And I had to remind him of something important. That feeling of hopelessness, that's the goal of chaos. That's the goal of loud voices, the fear based news, the people who terrorize others. They want good hearted people to feel hopeless. They want you to feel like nothing you do matters. But here's the truth: there are more of us than there are of them. The problem is, the negative people are always the loudest in the room. Okay? They cause the most chaos, they kick up the most dust. So it feels like they're everywhere. But think back to high school, middle school, whatever. You probably remember the bullies' names, right? They made a reputation for themselves. Everyone knew who they were. But if you really think about it, how many bullies were there in comparison to the entire student body? You could probably count them on one hand. They were never the majority. They just acted like they were. And the same is true today. There are far more kind people, helpers, and good hearts in this world. They're just not trying to make the headlines. They're doing quiet work. So instead of feeding the fear, fortify your mind. Find peace in your heart. Take care of yourself, and then serve the people around you. Let someone know you're there for them. Offer support. Offer a listening ear. Offer love. Offer guidance. Be a safe space in whatever way you can. Because when someone in need shows up, you want to be ready. You want to be charged. You want to be grounded. And you want to be able to help. If you feel called to pray, pray. If you feel called to show up for your community, do that. If you feel called to create something better, create it. I don't believe the best way to solve problems is always to fight it. Okay? Sometimes the best solution is to model something different. If the issue is drought, don't protest the drought. Plant a garden. Be the world you want to see. Every human matters. I promise you, every human matters. Every human counts. And just because you don't feel like you can change the world or make a global impact, that doesn't mean your impact isn't real. This world is interconnected. Amen? What you do for one person matters. Even the people who are harsh, aggressive, and hateful. Sometimes kindness is what softens a heart. We want to see something different, then we have to be something different. So figure out what keeps you strong, stay grounded, and keep showing up as the light. Because there are more of us than there are of them. I promise you that.